Welcome to RV Kitchen, baby. You got here just in time. Listen, honey, you make yourself comfortable while I fix you up a bowl and I'll show you how I made this cheap, easy, and delicious meal. Looks like a storm is on its way, but honey, that's okay. Now, baby, what you're gonna need is 1 pound of red kidney beans. This is my favorite brand. You're gonna give them a good scrub and then pop them in a dish, cover them in water, and let them sit overnight, or at least 5 hours. And then, baby, the next day, you're gonna break out your crock pot, or you can do this on a stove, but I prefer a crock pot. We're gonna toss in 1 bell pepper, 1 medium onion, and 1 celery. Actually, that's 2 celery stalks. Finely chopped, roughly chopped, honey, it doesn't matter because don't worry, we're not gonna stress. And then we're gonna add in 2 green onions, roughly chopped, finely chopped. Honey, it's early. I barely had my coffee. We're not gonna worry about it. And then 1 tablespoon of minced garlic. Go for about 4 to 5 cloves if you're using fresh. And then, honey, let your ancestors flow through them hands because we're going to start adding in a couple of dashes of garlic powder, onion powder, some black pepper, of course, a dash or 2, and maybe a shake of some salt. Up next to this crock pot party, honey, we're going to go ahead and add in some dried thyme. If you have fresh, use it, but we're going to go for a couple of hits of that. And then, honey, we're going to toss in 2 tiny bay leaves, or if you have 1 large one, throw that baby on in. Just make sure you fish them bad boys out later. Now, if you were doing this over the stove, you would just go ahead and start browning up all those vegetables and then add in your seasonings. And speaking of seasonings, honey, we're going to go in with about a tablespoon of some Creole seasoning. Use whatever brand you've got on hand. And then if you have some fresh parsley, honey, I didn't want to take away from mine outside, but I had some dried, so we threw that on in. And baby, because we like a little spice in our life, I'm going to add in a little hot sauce there. And I'm not using chicken stock, so I'm going to go in with a little bit of chicken bouillon seasoning. Now, unfortunately, I did not have a traditional ingredient for red beans. That would be tomato paste, but I did have some plain tomato sauce here, and baby, we're just going to go in with about a 1/4 to a 1/2 cup there. It was just a tidbit I had left over in the Frigidaire. And then we're going to throw in with some water. You're going to want to go enough water to go for about double the height of the beans, if not just right to the top. Make sure every single one of them bad boys are covered. And then you're going to give it a nice, good stir. Now, honey, some of you may be like, well, now, listen, baby, we love your recipes, but why are you cooking red beans in a crock pot? That can be dangerous. Pop that on high at 7 o'clock a.m. Now, honey, my crock pot will reach up to a boiling temperature. Oh, look, it's noon 30 already. And as long as those babies are bubbling, you're safe. Because really, honey, the beans are not dangerous as long as they're cooked through. And trust me, baby, I like mine cooked a little longer than some others. Now, I had that on high, and so we're going to back it on down to low. And I'm going to cook mine for another 4 hours. Maybe even 5. Because not only do I like mine a little tender, but I like it when they get that good graviness to them, you know, and all that seasoning has blended up so well. Now, honey, it goes without saying, you're going to need a little bit of rice to go with this because that nice basmati rice is wonderful with all that rich seasoning of those beans. And, honey, this is perfect for meal prep. Now, baby, while it's raining outside, let me dress you up a nice little bite here. What was I thinking? We need a little more hot sauce on this. Open up, honey. I'll see you next time back at the RV Kitchen. Oh.